and win. They could hate me, they could love me. If I put my happiness to be dependent on an audience, then it's a codependent relationship, and codependent relationships aren't good. If I'm relying on an audience to like me for my satisfaction, then I will never be happy unless they like me. So that means I'll do things to make them like me.
Okay, cool.
And if people are pissed about it, then watch soccer. Go watch some fucking volleyball, whatever it is that you want to do. But don't watch boxing. And at the end of the day, it's a fight. So whatever happens, happens, as Mike Tyson said.
Does it be
Just off of that, it's a win. They clowned me. They laughed at me my whole career. I've always been the underdog. Always. No one's ever believed in me, had my back. No one's ever, said I was going to be the one. I was always, mid-level, mediocre, this, that, and the other thing. And boxing finally gave me the lane and the avenue where I was undeniable based off of how good and how hard I worked.
The boxing world was buzzing with anticipation. In one corner, the legendary Iron Mike Tyson, a name synonymous with ferocious power and intimidating presence. In the other, the brash YouTuber turned boxer, Jake Paul, known for his celebrity following and flashy persona. A fight between these two contrasting figures promised an explosive spectacle. But then came the news that sent shockwaves through the fight community. Jake Paul was out with a hand injury. Whispers quickly turned into roars of suspicion. Was this a legitimate setback or a strategic withdrawal? The timing couldn't have been more convenient for Paul. Mike Tyson, despite being 58 years old, had looked surprisingly sharp in exhibition bouts.
Though you're scared. Because bro, this is how I am. First of all, I don't like talking to people. I don't like all the shit. Like, I do it because it's what I believe is like part of my destiny and all of these things, and I've been good at it since I was a kid. But like, if I was just like me, yeah.
I feel like it won't.
Many believed he still possessed enough knockout power to dismantle the young Paul. It's a huge disappointment, Jake Paul said in a video message posted to his social media channels. I've been training my ass off for this fight. I woke up this morning with a throbbing pain in my hand. I went to the doctor and they confirmed a ligament tear. There's no way I can fight in this condition. However, skepticism ran rampant. Critics pointed out that Paul's injury report lacked specifics. There were no clear images of the injury, and the doctor who supposedly diagnosed him remained anonymous. This fueled speculation that the whole thing was a carefully orchestrated act. Let's be honest, this whole injury thing stinks, said veteran boxing commentator Ray Long.
So we know exactly what he's going to do, which is to our advantage because we can train for those specific things to have counters built in, which also is fun because we've, again, never really had that.
There's just no transparency. Jake's truly injured. Why not be upfront about it? Show us the scans, tell us the doctor's name. This secrecy just adds fuel to the fire. Adding to the intrigue, a video surfaced online showing Paul shadowboxing just days after announcing his injury. While he wasn't throwing full punches, the video did raise eyebrows. Look, I know it looks bad, Paul conceded in another social media video. But shadowboxing isn't the same as hitting a heavy bag or sparring. I was just trying to stay loose, maintain some form. His explanation did little to quell the doubters. Boxing forums and social media were flooded with accusations of cowardice and accusations that Paul was simply afraid to step into the ring with Tyson. Iron Mike is a legend, Paul admitted. He's one of the greatest heavyweight boxers of all time. There's no shame in admitting I have respect for his power, but I wasn't scared. I was ready to fight. This injury is just a setback. I'll be back stronger. Whether Paul's injury was genuine or a ploy to avoid Tyson remains a mystery. Some believe the entire fight was simply a publicity stunt.
He's unprofessional. He's a flake. He's not a serious businessman. He's not a serious fighter. Truth's going to come out. And he's going to have to pay for all the times he pulled out, all the business people he screwed over. It's disrespectful. There's some of the biggest names in boxing, some of the biggest promoters in the world, some of the most influential people in the world, one of the greatest countries in the world, and he doesn't want to show up because, a private matter, cool.
A way for both fighters to generate buzz and secure lucrative paydays. Others hold on to the hope of eventually seeing the two square off in the ring. Regardless of the truth, the whole situation has tarnished Paul's reputation. He's gone from being a brash, confident fighter to someone accused of lacking the heart to face a true challenge. Only time will tell if he can overcome this controversy and regain the trust of the boxing community. The legacy of the potential Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight is a strange one. It may never happen, but the mere possibility of it ignited a firestorm of debate and intrigue. It highlighted the ever-blurring lines between celebrity boxing and legitimate competition, and perhaps most importantly, it served as a reminder that the fight game, even in its modern iteration, thrives on drama and controversy.
I've like put on this character of like being brash and cocky and all of these things, and drawn a lot of like hate for that, and I could easily go the villain and the bad guy. I think it's fun. I love doing it. I'm great at it. Always was like the class clown and shit like that, so I can snap into that bullshit. But I thought it'd be really funny if I just like got up there and
The boxing world held its breath as the dream match between the legendary Mike Tyson and the social media sensation Jake Paul materialized. Fans buzzed with anticipation. The ferocious Iron Mike, a name synonymous with raw power, versus the flashy YouTuber with a growing reputation as a boxer. But then, news dropped like a lead weight. Jake Paul was out with a hand injury. The announcement sent shockwaves through the fight community. Skepticism quickly overshadowed disappointment. The timing was just too convenient. Tyson, despite his 58 years, looked surprisingly sharp in recent exhibitions. Many believed he still possessed enough knockout power to dismantle the young Paul. Injury? Mike Tyson boomed in a video posted to his social media. His voice, still laced with the intimidating edge that made him a heavyweight champion, reverberated through the speakers. That's the softest excuse I ever heard. You think a little boo-boo in your hand is gonna scare Iron Mike? Call yourself a fighter, Jake. More like a YouTuber with a quitter's heart. Paul, ever the social media maestro, countered with a video message of his own. Look, Mike, he said, feigning respect. With all due respect, I have a doctor's note. Ligament tear. Can't fight. It's that simple, Tyson scoffed. Doctor's note. Where's this mystery doctor? Why is his name a secret? You think we're all stupid, Jake? This whole thing stinks worse than your overpriced merch. The back and forth escalated. Paul, attempting to maintain a facade of composure, released a video showcasing some light shadowboxing.
Lifestyle where you are drinking every night in camp and keep winning, do you think it's sustainable?
I think it could be possible for periods of time, but not in the long run. No, because we need to know.
It's for research purposes.
Yeah, we just need to know.
Well, so actually, I just saw a clip from Tyson actually saying that he was giving up weed for this whole camp, and he was saying that it's just part of his practicing discipline. He's like, I love weed. I really love weed, and it's not that weed is gonna hold me back. It's just that I need to practice discipline, and I love weed, so therefore I should restrain from it for this camp. And
he's not having sex either.
And not having sex with his.
He's trying to crack your noggin.
Yeah, he's gonna be really angry and like on edge.
Hell yeah.
But that's pretty scary.
Claiming it was just to stay loose, this only fueled Tyson's fire. Shadowboxing, Tyson roared in another video. You call those weak jabs throwing punches? My grandma throws harder after her bingo night. You scared, Jake? Scared you're gonna get knocked out in front of the whole world? Scared to face a real legend? The media frenzy surrounding the situation intensified. Boxing analysts dissected every word, every gesture. Memes flooded social media, some mocking Paul's injury, others praising Tyson's old-school fighter spirit. This ain't about fear, Mike, Paul insisted in a later video, his voice cracking slightly under the pressure. I respect your legacy, I respect your power, but this injury is real. I'll be back, stronger, and then we'll settle this in the ring. Tyson, however, wasn't buying it. Respect? You wouldn't know respect if it bit you in your YouTube shorts. Real fighters don't hide behind injuries.
This is just another case of a professional boxer, just like Tommy Fury, being scared to fight me. It's as clear as day that these guys have been so unprofessional to work with, looking for any excuse to suck more money out of this event, to coerce us into doing things. And from the jump, I knew in the bottom of my heart that this guy didn't want to get into the ring with me.
They fight through pain. They step into the ring no matter what. You, Jake Paul, are all talk and no bite. The war of words continued for weeks. Tyson refused to let the issue die, relentlessly roasting Paul with each new video. He challenged Paul's legitimacy as a boxer, questioning his dedication and work ethic. He even poked fun at Paul's internet celebrity status, calling him a glorified influencer who couldn't handle the pressure of a real fight. The impact of Tyson's tirades was undeniable. Public opinion began to shift. Paul, once seen as a brash underdog, was now perceived as a fighter lacking courage. His social media comments were flooded with accusations of cowardice. Sponsors started expressing concern. The pressure mounted on Paul. He desperately needed to prove himself, to show the world he wasn't afraid of Iron Mike. With no fight on the horizon and his image tarnished, Paul's future in boxing seemed increasingly uncertain. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, emerged from the whole saga a rejuvenated figure. His fiery personality and no-nonsense attitude resonated with fight fans, reminded everyone why he was once the most feared boxer on the planet. Whether the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight ever happens remains to be seen. One thing is clear: Iron Mike's verbal onslaught left a lasting mark on the boxing world, and perhaps more importantly, on Jake Paul's fledgling boxing career. The dream fight between boxing legend Mike Tyson and YouTube star Jake Paul was on the verge of becoming a reality. Fans were electric with anticipation. However, the fight abruptly fell apart when Paul pulled out, citing a hand injury. Whispers quickly turned into roars. Was this a genuine setback or a strategic withdrawal? The timing couldn't have been worse for Tyson. The fight offered a significant payday, a welcome boost after years of financial mismanagement. Tyson, in a candid interview, revealed, "Let me be clear. I needed that fight. Needed it bad. Those YouTube millions Jake was throwing around, I could really use that kind of money right now." Tyson elaborated on his financial woes. "Back in the day, I was surrounded by leeches. Yes men, advisors, so-called friends. They all took advantage of me. Bad investments, scams, you name it. By the time I woke up and realized what was happening, I was broke. Dead broke." This revelation changed the narrative. Sympathy flowed towards Tyson. The fight with Paul wasn't just about a clash of generations, it was about a fallen legend trying to claw his way back to financial security for his family. Then came another bombshell. Tyson filed a lawsuit against Jake Paul, alleging breach of contract and fraud. The lawsuit claimed that Paul's injury was fabricated, a ploy to avoid facing Tyson in the ring. More importantly, it alleged that Paul and his team deliberately misled Tyson and the public about the fight's financial terms. "They promised me a certain percentage of the pay-per-view revenue," Tyson stated in a press conference, his voice laced with anger. "Now they're trying to back out of that deal. They think I'm a fool. I may have gotten knocked out a few times in the ring, but I ain't stupid outside." Paul, facing mounting pressure, released a statement defending himself. "The fight is off because of my injury. Plain and simple," he declared. "There's no conspiracy, no hidden agenda. As for the lawsuit, my team is reviewing it and will respond accordingly." However, the lawsuit cast a long shadow over Paul's image.
Said he didn't need to train for this fight. "Oh, I could fight Jake Paul and I don't even have to train." But meanwhile, his excuse first was that he had to train extra for this fight, and now apparently it's a private matter.
Fans, already suspicious of his injury, were now questioning his business ethics. Sponsors began distancing themselves, concerned about being associated with the controversy. Jake Paul had always been a divisive figure in the world of boxing. From YouTube star to prize fighter, his rise was as unconventional as it was meteoric. Known for his bravado, trash talk, and relentless promotion, Paul wasn't afraid to ruffle feathers to get what he wanted. By the time he announced his fight with boxing legend Mike Tyson, he'd already amassed a fortune from a combination of high-profile bouts, YouTube views, and savvy business ventures. The fight promised to be the biggest payday yet, with sponsors lining up to be part of the spectacle. Paul had managed to build a mini-empire around his boxing career, and his fight with Tyson was set to push him into another financial stratosphere. Reports indicated that the pay-per-view event could generate hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue, and Paul was expected to take home a substantial cut. On top of that, sponsorship deals poured in, with brands eager to be associated with the high-profile fight. The total value of these sponsorships was estimated to exceed $100 million, underscoring the lucrative nature of Paul's boxing career. However, everything changed when Paul announced that he had suffered an injury, forcing him to cancel the fight. The news shocked fans and sponsors alike, given the hype surrounding the event. It was a significant blow to the boxing community, and a setback for Tyson, who was counting on the fight to help him regain financial stability after years of struggling with financial woes. But for Paul, the cancellation had a different effect. It allowed him to walk away with a fortune without having to step into the ring with a formidable opponent.
Think about Floyd talking about greater than Ali.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that that realm of greater than Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself.
There we go.
Okay, he can't take his kid to school by himself, and he's talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
If you could have fought any fighter in your life any weight, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would have loved him before, and I wish he was my weight. He can't take his kids alone to school by himself. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
The world of boxing is no stranger to drama, but the latest war of words between two of the sport's biggest legends has set the stage for a potential fight that could break all pay-per-view records. It all started when Floyd "Money" Mayweather, known for his undefeated record and lavish lifestyle, made a comment at a press conference that rubbed Mike Tyson the wrong way. Mayweather was asked about a potential exhibition fight with Tyson, and his response was as dismissive as it was provocative. Mike Tyson, he's too old to be fighting. Jake Paul can easily KO him in one round. He was never good at boxing. He was just a big bear with a lot of force, but a clever mind like me can easily outsmart a dumb, mediocre fighter like him, Mayweather said with a smirk. I'm about that money, and people pay to see the best. Tyson had his time, but that time is over. The comment drew gasps from the audience and sent shockwaves through the boxing community. Tyson, a former undisputed heavyweight champion known for his ferocity and knockout power, wasn't going to let Mayweather's words go unanswered. In a later interview, Tyson responded with a characteristic blend of intensity and confidence. Mayweather thinks he's untouchable because he's never lost, Tyson said, his voice dripping with disdain. But he's never faced someone like me. He wants to talk about age? Let's see if he can handle the old man in the ring. The stage was set for a battle between two icons, and the prospect of Tyson versus Mayweather instantly captured the imagination of fans worldwide. The animosity between the two fighters wasn't just a matter of personal egos clashing. It was also a clash of styles and legacies. Mayweather, known for his defensive prowess and technical skill, had crafted an impeccable record through careful selection of opponents and a masterful understanding of the business side of boxing. Tyson, on the other hand, was a brutal knockout artist who struck fear into his opponents with his sheer power and aggression. The idea of these two contrasting styles meeting in the ring had fans buzzing with excitement. Tyson didn't mince words when he described what he would do if given the chance to face Mayweather. He's never been hit by someone like me, Tyson said with a grin. I'm not going to dance around the ring. I'm going to come at him with everything I've got. If he thinks he can avoid my punches, he's in for a rude awakening. I'll teach him a lesson he won't forget. The prospect of a Tyson-Mayweather fight also stirred up interest from promoters and sponsors. The potential revenue from such a bout was astronomical, with early estimates suggesting it could break pay-per-view records and generate hundreds of millions of dollars. The fight would be more than just a sporting event. It would be a cultural phenomenon, attracting attention from across the globe. Promoters quickly began exploring the logistics of making the fight happen, from finding a suitable venue to negotiating the financial terms. Mayweather, for his part, seemed unfazed by the challenge. In a follow-up press conference, he addressed Tyson's comments with his trademark bravado. Tyson thinks he's still got it, but he's living in the past, Mayweather said. I'm the present and the future of boxing. If he wants to step into the ring with me, he's going to find out real quick why I'm the best. It's not about knocking people out, it's about winning. And that's what I do. Despite Mayweather's confidence, the idea of him facing Tyson generated mixed reactions. Some believed that Mayweather's technical skill and defensive strategy would be too much for Tyson, while others argued that Tyson's raw power and aggression could overwhelm Mayweather's careful approach. The debate added to the growing hype surrounding the potential fight, with fans and analysts alike eagerly discussing the possible outcomes. As the buzz grew, Tyson remained focused on training and preparation, determined to prove that age was just a number. I'm not doing this for the money, Tyson said in an interview. I'm doing this to show that I've still got it. Mayweather can talk all he wants, but once we're in the ring, all the talk stops. It's just two men fighting and I'm not going to back down. With both fighters expressing a willingness to make the fight happen, all eyes were on the promoters and the logistics of setting up the event. Would this epic clash between two of boxing's greatest legends become a reality? Only time would tell, but one thing was certain. The boxing world was on the edge of its seat, eagerly awaiting the showdown of a lifetime. Now that Jake Paul is out of the match, a match between Mike Tyson will be something amazing for the entire boxing world. Who you got? Mike Tyson or Floyd Mayweather? Write your answer below.
For both Mike and Jake, the bag. Like at what point you can't? I don't know if you could say no. I said no to fighting Mike Tyson.
I'd say no.
I was offered it.
You actually offered?
Yeah, I was offered it, but not on Netflix. and not for a big ass bag. It was just like a oh, this could be a real fight. Because I've been asked before, I'm sure you have too. Do you think you could beat Mike Tyson? And my answer was and will be yes.
Well, yeah,
I just think
now?
Yes, I just think he's too old, bro. That's crazy.
God,
He's senile.
He'd be great for a round, maybe.
G.I. of the boxing circus, a feud frenzy with Tyson in the center ring. The boxing world is abuzz with a bizarre 3-ring circus, with 2 potential fights capturing the headlines. In one corner, we have the war of words between legends Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. In another, YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul seems to have successfully exited the stage, leaving many wondering if his fight with Tyson was a carefully orchestrated scheme. But wait, there's more. Logan Paul, Jake's brother, has now thrown his hat into the ring, challenging the aging Iron Mike himself. Logan Paul, ready to rumble, or maybe not? Fresh off the heels of Jake Paul's cancelled fight with Tyson, his brother Logan has emerged as a potential challenger. Logan, known for his brash online persona, has publicly expressed his desire to fight Tyson. Adding fuel to the fire, he's even made a bold claim: he can knock Tyson out. Mike Tyson is a legend, no doubt, Logan said in a recent interview. But legends can be dethroned. I respect him, but I also believe I have the skills and the power to win this fight. However, some boxing analysts remain skeptical. They point to the significant size and experience advantage Tyson possesses. They also question whether Logan's bravado translates into actual boxing prowess. Logan is a talented athlete, a boxing commentator conceded. But Tyson is a different beast altogether. This fight, if it happens, would be a mismatch. Sweetener on the table. A sponsorship stunt or genuine challenge. To further complicate matters, Logan has upped the ante with a surprising offer. If he loses to Tyson, he's pledged to become a lifelong sponsor for Tyson's cannabis brand, Holy Grail. This offer has many scratching their heads. Is it a genuine challenge, or a publicity stunt designed to generate buzz for both parties? It's a smart marketing move, that's for sure, said a sports marketing expert. It gets people talking about Logan, about Tyson, and about both of their brands. Whether it's a real fight or not, it's generating significant interest. Tyson's response: staying silent amidst the noise. While both Paul brothers are making headlines with their challenges, Mike Tyson himself has remained curiously silent. He hasn't responded to either Logan or Jake Paul's public pronouncements. Silence could be interpreted in several ways. Perhaps he's not interested in fighting either YouTuber. Maybe he's waiting for a more lucrative offer. Or perhaps he's simply letting the media frenzy play out before making a decision. The verdict: a summer of speculation or a season of showdowns. Only time will tell if these proposed fights will materialize. The challenges from the Paul brothers are certainly generating buzz, but whether they translate into actual bouts remains to be seen. The age difference between Tyson and the Paul brothers, coupled with the question of their genuine boxing abilities, are significant hurdles. One thing is certain: the boxing world is in for an interesting summer. With Tyson at the center of the controversy, there will be no shortage of speculation and debate. Will we witness a clash of legends with Tyson and Mayweather? Will Logan Paul step into the ring with Iron Mike? Or will this all fade away as quickly as it began? The boxing world waits with bated breath.